Hi everyone and welcome back to the Lepton Quark channel. And I know what you've been asking all day long. You've been thinking about it since weeks, maybe since you were born. Yes, what you want to know is what the hell does it mean, Lepton Quark?
Lepton Quark.
So does it have a meaning? And the answer is yes. And that will be the topic of today. What is the meaning of Lepton Quark? Why did I choose these two words?
Isn't it amazing?
How I think it represents the music I release. How does it fit with the general vision of the label? So I will answer all of your questions today. Let's go. So here's the story. When I first discovered techno and electronic music, maybe I was 16, 17, I started to listen to all this weird music with many new sounds that I had never heard before. And in the 90s on the radio or on the TV, you mostly could hear rock, grunge, hip-hop, pop. But no electronic music really. All these synthesizer sounds and sequences were very new and it did catch my attention. I found all these sounds to be very evocative of the sky, the cosmos, the universe. It could actually sound like a nebula, a galaxy, a meteor cruising the solar system, the moon revolving around the Earth, a huge nebula in another galaxy, a star that exploded. So right, we know there's no sound in space, but if there was, I was thinking that techno and electronic music could be the soundtrack for space and the universe in general. And then in 2012, when I started to think about launching a music label, two words came into my mind, and that was Lepton and Quark. When I was younger, I was always interested in astronomy, and I used to read a lot of books about the solar system and stars and galaxies, including the NASA blogs and news. Somehow I knew that lepton and quarks were fundamental particles, and when they combine, they form atoms. Lepton and quarks were formed just a few milliseconds after the Big Bang, and a bit later, the first atoms start to appear in the universe, mostly hydrogen and helium atoms. And we know that these atoms, they gathered into huge clouds of gases that we call nebulae. And then within a nebula, the matter aggregates through gravity and stars start to form. After millions and millions of years, billions of stars gathered into galaxies and so forth. So to come back in 2012, and it just popped into my mind that Lepton Quark was the perfect name for a music label that would release music that is the soundtrack of the universe. Nothing less than that. Lepton Quark is the soundtrack of the universe. Think big, my friend. When you listen to Lepton Quark, you will hear a galaxy, a planet, a star, a supernova, and maybe a planet where life appeared and evolved, and maybe life forms that look like us. If you look at my catalog, in the title of the tracks and the releases, you will always find names that are related to the universe, the cosmos, or it could be related to living organisms as well. I wanted to explore the idea that living organisms are basically made of stardust, because all the chemical elements that are present on Earth were formed either at the Big Bang or in stars during nuclear fusion, or some of them, the heavier ones, were synthesized during cosmic events such as supernovae and stars explosions. And then these chemical elements, atoms and molecules, became the building blocks for living organisms on Earth and probably elsewhere. So that's why if you look at the catalog of Lepton Quark, you will see a lot of the titles are related to the universe, astrophysics, astronomy, science, evolution of living organisms. For example, I'm looking at it right now. The latest release was named amino acids, because amino acids are building blocks of proteins and they were essential in the formation of the first living organisms. There are releases called evolution, nucleosynthesis, dark matter, Laniakea, which is a superstructure that gather the galaxies, including the Milky Way and Andromeda. Because with Lepton Quark, I can explore many of the mysteries of the universe. It's both illustrative and poetic. So now you know why I chose the name Lepton Quark. It's because it was the most adapted to the concept of making a soundtrack for all the different processes involved in the evolution of the universe. And about the logo, so here it is. And this image, I found it on the NASA website. If you explore the NASA website, there are many subcategories, and you can find a lot of images and pictures that are copyright free because they were taken with telescopes, or sometimes they are artist representation of projects. And this one is a space station, and there is a small spacecraft here orbiting the space station. And I checked, it was copyright free, so I took it and I just added the name of the label with a font that I found also on the internet. And that became my logo, black and white. It's simple and it represents the label very well. Alright, so now you know almost everything about Lepton Quark and the idea and the concept behind it. So in simple words, is to give a soundtrack to all the beautiful processes of the universe. Alright, thanks.